Good morning, day 137, cooking down the freezer, pantry, and refrigerator food. So today, I have to go help Tom put the boat in the water. Yes, it's time. So we do this every year. He has to bring the boat back from another dock this year. Usually they just put the boat in the water. But this year he had to have some repairs done, so he has to bring the boat back to his dock. So, in case you're wondering, for those of you who are new here, who Tom is my ex-husband, current significant other, and he has a big boat that he enjoys all summer long, and I enjoy it with him. So he always has lots of work to do on his boat. It's his hobby, just like gardening is mine. So hopefully you have a hobby too. Let me know in the comments below what your hobby is, and if you really love it or if it's just something to do. So anyway, that means I'll be gone most of the day. We had a really nice time at my mom's yesterday for her 93rd birthday. My daughter and her children and husband were there, and we just had a dinner. It wasn't a party. We just had a dinner with my mom, and it was really nice. She enjoyed it. So, busy weekend. I'm hoping to get another one of my outdoor garden boxes moved today, but we'll see. Because putting the boat in the water usually takes at least most of the day, and by afternoon I just don't have the energy anymore to do much work. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be eating breakfast here at home since I eat breakfast late. It's more like a brunch, and Tom will be here at 9:30. So there's a good chance I won't eat till later in the day. Alright, either way, I'll be back later, and we'll see if there's breakfast, or lunch, or just dinner today. So when we got done with the boat, I went to Mark's. I needed a couple things. I bought some ice cream, which I didn't really need, but I've really had a taste for ice cream. And this was actually the cheapest one that they had, and that was $3.50. Then I also bought some bananas. Those were 59 cents a pound, and those came to $1.50. I bought some grapes. They were $1.39 a pound, and those came to $2.56. I bought the coffee. That was $2.50 for 10 pods. I bought some Bob's Red Mill TVP for the stash. That came to $3.50, so that will be going into storage. I don't want to run out of that. I bought the Hellmann's mayonnaise. That was $3.89, and I bought the small one because the larger one is like over $5 already, and I don't want to run out of mayo. So I bought that. And then the Torani syrup, that's not cheap either. That's $3.99, but I use that all the time, and I don't want to run out of that either. So that's what I bought yesterday at Mark's. It wasn't a no-spend day, but it was a low-spend day. I didn't break the bank. I bought a few things that I wanted and a few things that I needed. Alright, so day 137 was a low spend. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see what's cooking tomorrow. Good morning, day 138. So yesterday was a low spend day. I picked up a couple things at Mark's and still no freezer food. I'm still committed to cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and pantry and buying very little groceries, as little as I can, without totally running out of food. So it's the beginning of the month, I think, and I have to go get dog food, and I get my dog food at Costco. So my daughter and I are going to Costco this afternoon to buy some dog food. And make sure you take care of your little furry friends, because from what I'm hearing, cat food and dog food are starting to get a little low because of them killing off all the turkeys and chickens because of the bird flu. Always something. Anyway, you got to keep one step ahead of these people. Otherwise, you're going to maybe have a problem. So I'm going to go and pick up a little extra bag of dog food. I still have some, but that won't be enough to get me through the whole month. So I'm going to pick up another bag, and feeding 3 dogs is not cheap. So I made a commitment, and I need to take care of my buddies. So anyway, I'll be doing a little Costco haul later today. I'm trying to still cook down the produce that I bought in the $5 flash food boxes. I gave my mom quite a bit of food too. So it was actually enough, that $5 was actually enough for the 2 of us for a while. So I will be doing that again. And with the flash food, you have to kind of do it when they have it available. So that won't be once a month. It'll probably be twice a month, because I have to check periodically to see when they have the produce boxes available. So when they do, I will be picking those up if they have things in them that I want to eat. So when I go to Giant Eagle, it's not a big issue for me to only spend the $5, because it's not a store that I frequent all the time, and I pretty much just walk in there, pick it up, and then go home. I don't peruse the store for other sale items, because their prices are a little higher than Aldi's and Mark's, so that's not a big problem for me. So even if I go in there more than once a month, I'm pretty safe to say that I won't be spending a lot of money there. So I'm changing my strategy just a little bit. I'm still going to cook down my freezer, my working pantry, and the refrigerator. I'm going to keep doing that. But I'm getting a little concerned with all the reports I've heard on a potential food shortage happening. There's just too many crazy things going on in the world, and I don't know if they're reporting it on the news, because I really don't watch that news, but I've learned that in the past month, I think, there have been 10 accidents in food production plants. One was at the Shearer plant, I think that's in California. I can't name them all, but there were either fires or explosions where the facilities were trashed. So that to me is a little concerning as to what's going on. You make your own deductions. I have my theories, but you know, you'll have to see if you can come up with your own deduction on what you think is going on, if you think it's a coincidence or something else. All right, I don't want to get into a big discussion on that, but I did want to mention that I am changing my strategy a little bit and probably going to be stocking up a little more than I have been in the last 3 months. So anyway, I will be back in a little bit with my breakfast, and I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you have a great day today. All right, I'll be back. Good morning. Still coffee time, morning coffee. Cheers. Grab a coffee and come on in. All right, I wanted to talk a little bit more about changing strategies a little bit, especially now that the garden seasoning is upon us. I certainly won't be doing no spends. For the last 3 months, most of my days were no spend, other than days where I stocked up on produce. I did buy a couple of things for the freezer, not many. Things I wanted to try, new products for me, new products. But I didn't stock up, not the freezer anyway. And then of course produce. You know, I'm not going to go without produce unless I absolutely have to. So I'm going to continue to do that, but with the garden season coming upon us, there are things that I need for the garden, but that I'm trying to keep at a very low spend level, because especially when I worked, I could easily drop $500 on my garden every year between flowers and dirt and fertilizer and, you know, all kinds of different things. And I'm trying to keep that at a minimum. So I don't know how many of you garden, but intermittently I'll be showing you what I'm doing in my garden and the progress, hopefully the progress that's going on there. Right now it doesn't look like much. It's a bunch of dirt and stuff I need to clean up. And that'll take me a little bit yet. I have some fencing that was really cheap. It was actually a dog playpen, you know, those wire pens that you can get. I bought 2 of those, and those were $60-some a piece, and it's for 8, I think they're 3-foot panels each. So for fencing, I thought that was pretty cheap. But I do want to put some decorative reed fencing on that as well, just for a little privacy. So I'll be buying some of that. The fencing I already got, I just have to put it up. And I rearranged my garden too, so that I have more space to garden in. But that's going to take some money, and not a lot, because I am trying to keep it low spend, but it won't be no spend. It'll be more low spend, as low as I can. A lot of times when I go to Mark's, they have a gardening section where they put tools and just random stuff as they get it in. And, you know, I'll pick up things there every now and then if I feel that it's reasonable. So I'm going to continue to do that if I find something that I want. But all in all, I still want to keep it very low spend. I don't want to spend a ton of money on flowers this year. I will definitely buy flowers, because I didn't start any flowers from seed. I've tried that in the past and didn't have much luck with it. I'll try it again someday, but right now I'm just concentrating on edibles. So I will buy at least a couple flats of flowers because I do like flowers. And even though I try and do everything on the cheap, I still like it to look nice and cohesive and, you know, not just willy-nilly random everywhere. So I do like it to be attractive. But anyway, so that's going to be my new strategy. So it'll either be no spend or low spend, and I'm going to continue on. Today is 138, tomorrow will be 139, so I will continue with that, but it might be a little different, and I'll still keep cooking down my leftovers and my freezer. I still want to use that stuff up. So, oh, what else? I'll be back. Another thing that I want to do, I've always composted, but last winter it was just so snowy and ugly out that I kind of let the composting go a little bit. On decent days I would go out and stick things in the composter, but a lot of things that I froze for soup, scraps, and I fed my worms with some of the things, but I didn't do too much in my outdoor composter. So I do want to get back to doing that, but about a year ago I bought a bokashi system that actually composts much faster and you can compost more things in it. So I finally want to get that set up. I have a habit of buying things with good intentions in mind, and then they kind of sit there for a while until I get around to them. It's procrastination, and it's kind of a bad habit, but I've kind of always been that way, so I don't hold out much hope that it's going to change too much. But I do want to get that bokashi system set up, and I'll share that with you when I get it done. So I'll be using that as compost eventually, maybe later on in the season. I did dig up one of my grow boxes and moved it, and that was not fun. So I have 5 more to go, and I picked up a couple more of those little tables so that I have enough that I can raise up everything in the vegetable garden. So hopefully that turns out okay. I don't see why it wouldn't, but doing the prep work is very time consuming for me because it takes me so long to do things. But I'm going to continue on. My daughter has, I've talked about her new house before and the construction that they're doing. And she has a fellow working there. They're framing the house now. And he's 80 years old. And he's up there on the roof, and he's pounding away with the boards, and his philosophy is as long as you keep doing something and you don't stop, you should be doing all right. And I think he's right, because my mother has been the same way. You know, she's a very independent woman, and she keeps on doing what she's doing. So, but she's had a couple of really nasty health things go on the last 3 years that probably would have done a younger person under, but not my mom. She just keeps on ticking. She's like the Energizer Bunny. So I can learn a lot from her, that's for sure. And my grandkids, or my kids, her grandkids, always spent a lot of time with my mom and dad. And my dad was another DIY guy. he could fix anything. You know, I never had a problem that he couldn't fix, he couldn't help me with. And he's been gone now since 2003, and we all miss him because my kids spent a lot of time with their grandparents. I couldn't spend a lot of time with my grandparents because we immigrated here when I was 4. So I only got to visit I think we went back 7 times altogether when I was a kid. And the last time I was there was in '78, and it was when my middle son was, I think he was 8 months old. So I got to take my 2 sons with me, and we stayed at my grandma's for a month. But she never did get to meet my daughter, which is a shame because, I mean, both my grandmas were awesome. By then my grandfathers had already passed away. They didn't live as long. But my one grandma lived to be 94, that was my dad's mom. And my mom's mom, she lived to be, I think it was 82. So, but, yeah, all very strong people, and I learned a lot from my ancestors. That includes my parents. All right, well, I'm going to make a little breakfast, and so I'll be back in a little bit. What's for breakfast, day 138? Same old fridge, little bit different food. All right, let's see, what do we have here? I still have some of this pea salad I made the other day. I thought it was pretty good. I still have some of this rye bread. I still have some of this Walmart bread, and I still have 1 roll. So I'm going to have some of this rye bread. And I like sandwiches for breakfast. So I think I'm going to have a pea salad sandwich. Yes, I know it sounds a little strange, but peas are protein, so I have some lettuce leaves here. I'm going to have those with it. And I forget what this is. Oh, these are the mashed potatoes. I have to eat these tonight. I have some cauliflower. I'm going to have those. And, well, we'll see what else I'm going to have. All right. I will meet you back at the stove. Okay, well, I know you guys might think this is a little strange combination, but I'm only going to have 1 piece of bread because it's pretty big. But a lot of vegetarian meats are made out of pea protein. So why not just do peas? So I'm just going to cut this in half because I want to eat it as a sandwich. So, and this has imitation bacon bits in it, onions, peas. It really was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But I have to eat this up because it won't last real long. And, you know, you can make fake tuna sandwiches using chickpeas. So I figured, why not peas, right? So I think this will be very tasty. I don't want to put it on too thick. So I think that'll do. And this has a very bacony flavor. All right. So that'll be enough. And then I'm going to put some lettuce on here as well. Hi, buddy. I know, I have lettuce, right? Your favorite. So So we'll put a couple pieces of that on here. And I still have a lot of lettuce in the refrigerator, but I am eating it down. So we'll put that on. And then my little buddies, 2 of them anyway are in here. They'll get that. So anyway, there is my sandwich. And I'm going to give this a taste. So let's see. This might be terrible, it might not be. Or I might need to put more peas on here, but we'll see. It's tasty. Another thing that you can do with this pea salad is mix it in with a regular salad. Just top it. You might need a little more dressing, but this would go very well on top of a salad. You could add some pepitas with it, maybe some of those French's onions would be good. Some tomato, some egg would be good. So it's a very versatile salad. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this. And that should be plenty for breakfast today. Okay, all right, friends, let's see what's for dinner this evening. Day 138. Okay. I still have these mashed potatoes. I need to eat those up. I still have some beets. I want to eat those up. Let's see. When we had dinner at my mom's, they all ate ribs. And I had these Morningstar Farm ribs, but I can't find these anymore. I don't know if they stopped making them. But anyway, I'm going to have those, and I like those. It's one of the few things that I liked that I wanted to continue to buy. And I don't want the pea salad now. I already had that today. And this is just lettuce. I don't want that right now either. But what I do want, somewhere, I have some cauliflower. So I'm going to look for that. I know it's in here. Well, I have to look for it. I'll find it, but I'm going to make that with a cream sauce. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, I'm going to cook my cauliflower in here. And this is a steamer, microwave steamer that I've had for years. So it makes it easy to cook veggies without a lot of fuss. And in the meantime, I'm going to make the sauce. Alright, I just have some vegan butter in here. And I'm just going to add some flour. Add a little flour. I don't want to make too much sauce, so I'll just add a little bit of flour. And then I want to cook the flour a little bit to get the flour taste out. And then here I just have some soy milk. The carton was dented, so I just put it into a old pop bottle. And soy milk is really good for frothing. Makes a beautiful froth if you're into cappuccino and things like that. And there's my cauliflower. And this doesn't take long at all. So I'm just going to let that cook for a minute before I add the soy milk. And you can use just regular butter, whatever you have. And my ants are back. I have to spray the outside of my house. They're so annoying every year around this time. Okay, I'm going to add a little soy milk, a little bit at a time, so we don't get lumps. I'm sure you guys know how to do this. So anyway, raining. I went to Costco with my daughter, got the dog food, and oh my God, I couldn't believe all the people there. You would have thought it was Christmas time and they were giving things away. I've never seen anything like it. I said to my daughter, it's like, oh, time to go. Good Lord, and the prices? You know, I don't get it, because to me, Costco is not cheap. You can get some good deals there. You know, I'll say that. But Costco is not cheap. I think they're on the expensive side. So, yeah, I mean, it was just wall-to-wall people. You could hardly walk through the aisles. You couldn't turn this way. You couldn't turn that way. It was a zoo, and the prices were terrible. So all I bought was another bag of dog food, and then they had $5 off a bag of nubs, which I give my dogs at night to sort of brush their teeth. So I got 3 bags of nubs. The $5 off is a good deal. But, I mean, the produce and everything was just ridiculous expensive. So I'm glad that I've stocked up on things. And as I find things cheap, I'm going to continue to do that, because every time lately that I walk into a store, whether it's Walmart or Aldi's, or it doesn't matter where it is, I get sticker shock. It's just unbelievable. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I don't know, do you guys shop at Costco, and do you find that to be the case? And of course, gasoline's back up to $4.15 a gallon. It came down to like $3.89 for a week or so. So I'm trying to keep my car gassed up so I don't have to pay, you know, $50 at the tank, because my car is a small car. It's not a big car. So I'm trying to do that, keep my gas tank full. But yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous out there. I could not believe it. All right, I'm going to let this cook a minute. I think that's pretty good. It'll thicken up a little bit more. I'm going to add some of this complete seasoning to it. Yes, I know the cauliflower is done. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to add a little nutmeg. I know some people don't like nutmeg. I don't know why. I really like it. So leave it out if you don't like it. I'm also going to add some pepper, just to give it a little extra flavor. All right, so there we go. I think that'll be good. I think it could be even a little thinner. You can always add cheese to this sauce too if you want, but I don't want cheese. I'm just going to eat it this way. I'll eat it on my mashed potatoes and on my cauliflower. All right. Well, let me put my dinner all together, and I'll be back. All right, I cooked my cauliflower for 5 minutes. There's water on the bottom of this, and it's perfect. So that's done. This is done, and I have to heat up my little riblets and my mashed potatoes. Okay, so here is dinner. Vegan riblets, cauliflower and potato mash, cauliflower with cream sauce. I think it looks good. And then I just had a little teeny tiny bit of beets left. So that is my dinner for tonight. Let me give it a taste. All right, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. Oh boy. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.